Hey there, fellow parents, Martin here, and welcome back after the summer holidays. Welcome to September. Welcome to the new academic year. So, look, here we are. I'm just coming in to kind of hopefully help settle things down in this first week back, and then just to give you a little bit of something to think about going forward. As parents, and this is for parents only. I'm going to do a separate video about finishing the year strong and all that kind of stuff. But right now, fellow parents, parent to parent, we're in for a culture shock this week. You've heard me say this before. Our year, we run two parallel years. We've got the calendar year, just like everybody, and then we've got the academic year. And the academic year arguably has the biggest influence over our day-to-day and our week-to-week. There are school drop-offs, there are school pickups, there are after-school clubs, there is the homework, there are the tests, the mocks, the exams, there's the school assemblies, the class assemblies, there's the Harvest Festival that'll be coming up. That's a great one. There's going to be the nativity play, the carol concert, the Easter parade, the sports day. There's the parents' evenings. That, like, it's never ending. Let alone the fact that now we're into getting those bags ready, getting those folders ready, those books ready, the sandwiches ready, ironing the uniform, all that kind of stuff. And the year-long search for shoes that actually fit and are comfortable for our kids, right? So this is the life of a parent. And just as I said at the beginning of the summer holidays, all of that in an instant goes away at the beginning of the school holidays. And right now, having had the summer, all of that is about to kick in overnight. And it can be a culture shock for our children and for us individually, but also as a family. And I'm sure, some of you have certainly got children that are a little bit anxious and worried about going back, a little bit resistant going back. I'm pretty sure we can all feel that. We've all been there. So this week, and I know it's different for different schools, different year groups, different areas, right? Going back on different days. My youngest, he goes back on Thursday, and then on Friday he goes away on a 3-day school trip, going to have adventures. So that's pretty cool. But some people are going back on Tuesday and on Wednesday and Thursday, and so it's a really bitty week this week. And I just want to come in and just support you with that. Be patient, be kind, be compassionate to you, the family unit, your children. Communicate. Just get through this week, because all those things are going to start kicking back in, and it's a lot on top of day-to-day life, professional life, all of that kind of stuff. So this week really is about just getting it all started, getting the first elements of that kind of new routine, just to get through this week. And then next week, it's about taking that momentum and that routine into the first full week of the academic year. So just be kind to each other. Just be calm. Your kids are going to be a little bit more fractious, maybe, if they're a little bit anxious about going back. They're going to be more tired in their first days. And remember, some of you they're going up year group. They might be going up a key stage. They might be changing school. They might be changing class. They may be going into a year group where it's maybe their last year of primary school, big year. They might be going into exam season. So my youngest is now going into GCSEs. There's a lot going on. So let's just be mindful of it all. Let's support them. Let's be there for them. And let's try and do it in the best calm way that we can. Know that we're not going to get it perfect, but let's just do it and just give ourselves some grace as to what the culture shock is. I know every parent goes through this, but I don't think it gets enough airtime about how much of a difference it is all of a sudden. If you don't have kids, if you have nothing to do with children, you won't get it. So I'm here for you as a fellow parent to go, yeah, I've been there and I'm still in that system, and we've got this. So get through this week, and then also just a reminder at the beginning of the summer holidays, I encouraged you over the summer just to give this some thought. So if you did, great, let me know in the comments what the outcome of that was. And if you didn't, here's a little reminder. Give some thought about how you want to show up this academic year as a parent. And this, what do I mean by that? I mean, maybe it's about you want to be the one that takes your children to school and does the drop-off more often. Or maybe it's the pickup that you want to do more often. Maybe it's about making the most of that time, like I've talked about many, many times. Not just this frantic rush to get them to school or get home. It's actually quality time. That you're talking, you're bonding, you're setting them up for the day, or you're downloading from the day. Maybe you're walking, you want to walk instead of take the car to make the most of that time. Maybe it's about getting home earlier so that you can actually help them with their homework and that download from the day. Have a meal with the family. Read a bedtime story to them, especially for those younger kids, right? Maybe you missed out on a bit of that last year because you were getting home later. So maybe there's a new commitment about that. Maybe it's about making sure that you're at the parents' evenings or going to those assemblies. Maybe you missed some and you beat yourself up afterwards because it was just an hour. And with flexible working nowadays, and really you should be able to make that happen. But you didn't, and you got caught up in all the busyness of life, and actually now that was most important. So maybe you want more of that. Maybe you want to be a volunteer on one of the school trips. Whatever it is, just look at the academic year and step back and go, right, what's my intention this year? What do I want to do? What do I want to be a part of? What do I want to do more of? And again, it's not about it being perfect and you getting it exactly right every time. It's what are you striving for? Most people don't do this. They don't do it for the academic year. They certainly don't do it for their life. And so they just drift through life. The busyness of life, the busyness of work all takes over, and the family life, and everything's all kind of a bit of a rush and stress and just a massive jigsaw puzzle that you're just trying to manage, and you just step back and be intentional and deliberate about how you want to show up this academic year for your child, for your family unit. I would recommend choose 3 things. So keep it really simple. 3 things. And it might well be, you know what, 3 times a week I want to actually drop them off at school. And 2 of those times we're going to walk. It may well be that twice a week, I'm going to pick them up from school. It may well be that at least 3 times a week, I'm going to get home by 6:30 so that I'm with the family and I can help and support with any homework and be there for a family meal and bedtime. Just use this moment to commit to 3 things that you want to be this academic year for your child. What do you want to get more involved in? And then just follow through. This week is just about getting through it, setting up everything, just getting into the zone again. And then next week is pretty similar because it's about that 4 week and it's about that momentum. But now is the time to think about this. December isn't the time to think about this. Easter isn't the time to think about this because you've already lost so much time. Now it's the beginning of the academic year, so set yourself up for a great year. Set your child up for a great year. Set your family unit up for a great year. So give it some thought. Intentional, deliberate. Do what most people on the planet don't do, and you'll find that you have an incredible year. You'll have a far better year by being intentional and deliberate. And you've got that thing to self-check yourself every week. Not beat yourself up about, but just self-check. Go, oh, how many times did I get home a little bit earlier this week? How many times did I take them to school this week? Give it some thought. Let me know if you want to. Just share in the comments. What are your 3 commitments this academic year? And I'll be right here supporting you. Until next time, I'll see you soon.